What is one of the most memorable moments of your life? Real talk with Star Scorpio. So my guest today was a house guest on Big Brother Canada 11. He quickly became one of my favorite guests because of his infectious positivity, willingness to embrace vulnerability, captivating entertainment, and inspiring real life endeavors. Hope, welcome to Real Talk with Star Scorpio. How you doing today?
What it do, baby? What's up? What's up? What's up?
Yes, sir. Thank you for coming out doing this today.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for
Mhm.
having me, man.
All right, so Hope, on Real Talk, we like to build a timeline. So the first thing I'm going to ask you is, where were you born and raised?
I was born and raised in Ghana, Kumasi. Moved to Canada when I was 10, turning 11.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, just a big culture shock, you know. I wasn't born in Canada, just in Africa. That's it.
Okay, and did you have siblings?
Yeah, I got a little brother. He's 13 years old. His name's Gordon. And I
Mhm.
got a little sister. She just turned 19. Her name's Paulette.
Okay, thanks for sharing that because I didn't know. And then I always age people on the show. You're young ones. I think my past interview has been pretty young people. So how old are you? How old are you?
23 right now. I was one of the youngest house guests, you know. So when I first got on the show, I told everybody I was 28 because after I heard everybody's age, I'm like, ain't no way I'm about to be the youngest. Ain't no way. So I'm 23. And yeah, man.
Okay, so we're gonna get into the Big Brother questions later.
Let's
Now,
do it.
so school. So you came here at 13, you said, right? 13?
11.
Sorry, so you came here at 11, but so you went to school, public school in Ghana,
Yeah, I
right?
went to, so in Ghana, yeah, I went to school in Ghana, but then when I moved there, I went to St. Teresa in the Etobicoke near Lakeshore.
Hmm.
And, my father and mom worked really hard and they got us out of the neighborhood,
Hmm.
1 Street. And we came to Milton. So in Milton, I really got to establish myself. And it was a big change from, especially from Etobicoke.
Hmm.
And I really got to stand out. You know, this is where a lot of my personalities, a lot of my confidence came from because I was around, people that, I got to be one of one.
Yeah.
But when I was in Etobicoke, I was just like everybody else, if that makes sense. But when I moved to Milton, I was just one of one. I was unique and people just gravitated towards me. So this is where this, never quit and never giving up attitude came from, you
Hmm.
know?
Yeah, you have that personality. I'm telling you, it's infectious, man. But
Oh man.
you how tall are you?
Oh my gosh. I'm like 6'3", a
Six
little
three.
bit.
So you're up there. But were you a late bloomer? I like to ask people that are like around that height.
Yeah,
I interviewed Chris Staples, basketball player. Oh no,
yeah.
professional dunker, and then he's 6'2", but he said he was a late bloomer. And then I
Yes, I
asked one of my other guests, "Were you a late bloomer, or did you?"
was. In high school, all the way till about grade 12. I was like, I was like 5'10". I'm like, God, bro, why am I not growing, bro? But right when I finished grade 12, I don't know what happened. Boom, 6'1", six
Yeah.
two. I'm like, yes, yes, yes. Whoa,
Nice. And that height helps out with ball. So did you play ball in high school?
brother, I played every sport.
Mhm.
To be honest with you, I started playing basketball very late, and that's probably like one of like the biggest. That's probably the best that ever happens because I know if I started playing basketball early,
Yeah.
my whole life would have changed. But I started playing basketball late, and I was just like an athlete. I did cross country, so I had endurance. I did volleyball,
Mhm.
football, badminton, track. I
Whoa.
was all over the place, but for basketball, I was just the guy that I was a berserker on the court.
Mhm.
If a guy is dropping 20 points, put hope on him, stop him from, don't even let him touch them. I was just the guy that just rebound. I'd get a triple double and I wouldn't even score a point. I'd get steals, rebounds, and
Wow.
assists. That's how crazy it was. I was just the guy that just supported the team. Like I was just like a role player, and I just stuck to my role.
Yeah, you need that. That you need that in the team, man. So you were
One
that.
on
Yes,
one.
you were that guy then. But tell me something, were you a dunker or a shooter?
Brother, I could not shoot to save my life, man. So I was looking at, I was just dunking, but that's it. So I started dunking around right at the end of grade 10.
Yeah.
So grade 11, I would just full court press whoever was on me, whoever I
Mhm.
was guarding. And I was not even trying to defend them. I'm trying to take the ball because I knew there's a lot of girls in the stands. So I'm trying to get them.
Yeah,
And I
yeah,
say, hey, baby, what's up? It's for you, you
yeah.
know?
Um, so that's sports now. What about like academics now? What subjects did you like and you what did you excel in?
To be honest with you, I excel very well at math. When it came to repetition, as long as I practice something over and over, and with math, if you do it over and over, you get it. But when it came to like physics, chemistry, oh
Yeah, yeah.
God, I'm not talking about it, man. Let's move on. Next question. Next
Yeah,
question.
yeah, yeah. Yo, I gotta tell you, I did not like science and math when I was younger. So I grew up in Toronto and we had something called OACs. Don't ask me what it stands for. I can't remember. Ontario Academic Something, right? So after
Yeah,
grade 12, you had to take your OACs, grade 13, and it was six of them you had to get if you want to go to university. I
yeah.
took um algebra, chemistry, all those courses in science and math, and I dropped out of every one except English, OAC English, and OAC gym, of course. But
Oh, of course.
that's why I went to college. I'm like I wasn't fit for the academics back then, but I excelled in college though.
Got you.
Okay, now before we talk about Big Brother, I have a couple more questions.
Talk to me.
Um what did you, because you're young, so but what did you have in mind for a career? Like when you were like 15, 16, some people start thinking about what they want to do for the rest of their lives, even if they didn't go to college or university yet. But
Yeah.
did you have an idea of what you wanted to do?
Um, So 15, 16, my mom and dad were kind of like pressing me a little bit because, all my other friends and peers kind of had an idea of where they were going to take their life,
Mhm,
and I didn't, so, but at the time I had a lot of energy and a lot of, just a lot of personality. And like every time I was in school, in class, every time I'd like be myself, teachers would tell me, calm down, you're doing too much, so I realized that like in life the workforce is not going to be, I have to figure out something I can be me. So
mhm,
then I picked up personal training. I picked up working with kids, and that's not going to truly be me because like at a young age I got to connect with kids on a level that I wouldn't be able to do right now at this age. So I picked up working with little kids,
mhm.
started my own business, Hope Fitness,
Right.
and I'm going crazy with that ever since. So I grew that at the age of 16, and now like all my camps are sold out. And
Mhm,
because of that, I wanted to be a personal trainer. I wanted to just be, to be honest, I didn't want to be I wanted to just be like just a beacon of hope. I wanted to
mhm.
inspire, to motivate kids that you don't need to go to school. You can be you and figure something out. Because you're one of one, like I said.
Mhm.
So you be unique and just live life. That's it.
I
So
yeah,
I'm doing it.
dude, that this is why I have you on, man. You
Oh,
inspired me. After I saw you on Big Brother, and then I saw your Instagram, I was like, yo, this guy is doing amazing things. And especially when it involves kids and inspiring kids for the
I
future
love it. I
and
love it.
teaching them and learning them.
I love it.
I like to see that. And I'm gonna ask you about Hope Fitness after
Talk to
some
me.
Big Brother question, but I'm glad you led into that. But what the last question I want to ask before we start talking about Big Brother is the dancing. You did a lot of dancing on BB Can. So when did that start? Did it always come natural to you? Like back home when you were little too, or did it start here?
Brother, dancing is just rhythm, man. People just overthink it. When I hear beat, I'm like, hey, hey, I ain't do no lessons. I just hear beat and I just, I just, I just go crazy. So I've been doing it my whole life. And in Ghana, everything was just always like rhythm. Just, you're always tapping, always music, and we're always just on beat. So I just go with the flow and that's
Yeah.
it.
Yes, nice. And speaking of Ghana, I have a few friends from Ghana. They used to tell me things about back home. Have you been back home since?
I guess I have.
Yeah.
So when my grandma passed away, RIP, I
Mm,
went back
sorry.
home at 16. And that's actually, believe it or not, when I picked up the passion to truly work with kids. Because when I went back home, I got a chance to talk to the kids, like 8 different schools, about the difference between the Kenyan system and the
Hmm.
Ghana system. And there was a common interest for basketball. So I'm like,
Hmm.
yo, let's go play ball. So every single school I went to, I started like a little mini camp in Ghana.
Hmm.
It was just a one-off thing. It was supposed to be like maybe 10 kids. Brother, over 80 kids showed up, and we had a great turnout. I was 16 at the time and I led my first basketball camp and I realized, yo, I'm actually good at this. Holy, these
Yeah.
guys are me. Let's do it.
Yeah.
And the course that we're playing on was really bad. So I'm like, you know what? Every day in every little way, I'm gonna work towards bringing value to myself so that I can make a difference here. You know, the bigger and better I get, the more difference I can make. So yeah, so I decided like when I come back to Canada, I'm
Mhm.
gonna be the best I can be. So then I can unconsciously give the kids back home permission to do the same.
Mhm.
So I came back, started Hope Fitness, generated a shit ton of revenue, and built my first basketball court back in Africa and called it Project Hope because Hope Fitness, Project Hope,
Yeah.
duh.
Yeah. Yo, that's another question I'm gonna ask you back in the I like how you're leading into it because when I ask it later on, you already
Of
touched on it. But
course.
that's one thing I just want to mention too. So the people listening and watching, like everyone knows on Star Scorpio, I donate to a charity.
Yep.
But I also, like I told you in the message, I want to donate to a charity of your choice too. So at the end, let me know how to find it and everything, and I'll donate to that. All
Project
right.
Hope.
Yes, Project Hope. Okay. Now, before we get into it, I want to ask you this would you rather question. I think this is the
Let's
perfect
do it.
time, man,
Let's
because
do
you
it.
led into this stuff. Okay. Would you rather
Uh-oh.
visit your younger self and give them advice for the future? Or would you rather visit your older self and have your older self give you advice for what's going on right now?
Why you gotta do me like that, bro? Damn. I would, I would, I would go to my older self to get advice for now, but then I'd miss out on a lot of like opportunities and a lot of like, things that life has to offer.
Mhm.
So I think I'll go the other way. I'll go back and I'll tell younger me to experience as much as I can in life because, it's about the little detours in life. It's about the little, every experience I've gone through has made me the person I am today. So if I went in the future and I cheated all that, I would not enjoy life if that makes sense. So
Mhm.
I'd go back and tell younger me that, yo, chase as many opportunities as you can. And if you fail, it's okay. Just keep going. So I'd go back, tell younger me that, yo, keep your head up and just keep working. That's it. I'm not telling them nothing else.
Mhm.
Just keep working and keep pushing. So I'd go back in time.
Hope, man. I'm telling you, man. Nice.
Ah,
I like to hear the responses. I've asked a lot of people this question and they vary, you know. I like what you said. Thanks for
ah,
sharing that. Okay.
good.
Now, this question is is part of the last question, but
Uh-oh.
I'm going to ask you four things.
Okay.
So this is to do with your younger self. What would you tell your younger self about money?
I'll tell them that, money is definitely something that is it's a need, it's a necessary, to get rid of just kind of deal with your responsibilities and stuff like that. But it's not end all be all. Money doesn't get you happiness. It gives you options if that makes sense. Um, what you're doing and the value that you provide people around you and the inspiration that you provide, the younger generation is far more important than any money that you make. So I'll tell them, yeah, keep exploring your options, keep pushing because the more that you do it, the better you do, the more you shed light on, other people just try to be like you because, like money, like I said, it just buys you options, it doesn't buy you happiness. And that's definitely what I'll tell younger me.
Sweet, man. Man, I wish. Are you sure you're 23? Yeah, I think you're 28, man. Yeah.
I talk to a lot of people, man. I talk to a lot of people.
Yeah,
I
it's
listen.
nice. Okay. What would you tell your younger self about family?
Um, Younger me, when we first moved here, I didn't think my parents really cared a lot about it. I didn't think my family cared about me because I saw a lot of kids were like having all these materialistic things that I thought because my parents didn't get me, they didn't love me. But I'll tell younger me that like your parents sacrificed everything to bring you here. My dad worked all the way through his 20s and 30s, 40s, just to provide a foundation for us and to look at the opportunity that he's giving you, not the materialistic things that he can give you now, because he had to make a lot of sacrifices, a lot of savings, and my mom had to work very hard. So just because they weren't there in the present time didn't mean that they weren't there, at all, if that makes sense. So family is all that matters to me. And being in the house, Big Brother house, for almost 85, 86 days without family, brother, I'm telling you, nothing comes close with family. So
Yeah.
family, all that matters.
Thanks for sharing that. Next one. What would you tell your younger self about friends?
Oh, friends. Friends are everything. The type of friends is that you have is everything. So be friends with people that lift you up when you're down. Be friends with people that will tell you that you're in the wrong. First of all, they're not just gonna kiss up to you.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how many friends you have. All you need is one or two good people in your life, and that's all that matters.
Preach. Last one. What would you tell your younger self about love?
Oh, I knew this was coming. I kid you not. When you have love, it's like you have a superpower. I'm so happy that when I was in the Big Brother house, I had a relation, like I had a girlfriend, because I don't know what I would have done in that house if I didn't know that I had someone waiting for me. You know what I mean? Because I always had something to look forward to. But I definitely didn't do a lot of stupid stuff on TV. Hey, no kiss on national television.
Yeah.
So, but love is so powerful, because I think at a young age we think love is like, the romantic movies on the Disney shows and everything, but like, love is very hard. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's a lot of struggling, and in this world we can easily, in this time, we feel love a little bit, and once things get difficult, we just say, time to move on. We got all these apps and everything, but like, love, once you find love, just don't let go.
Yeah.
Because the things that you build a foundation, and you guys get to connect on a deeper level that I don't think you're ever going to connect with anybody else. And not gonna lie, I'm in love right now. I'll tell you that right now.
Nice. I think the people want to hear that. Yeah.
Best ever. I'm in love with Chris. That's it.
Powerful. Thanks for sharing that. Good. You got through those questions, man. Now, Big Brother Canada, how did you mentally prepare now? Because I asked Tyshawn this, I asked Tara, I asked Kevin, and it seems all the same kind of thing. But how did you mentally prepare?
I was cocky as hell. I was like, bro, all I gotta do is come in the show, lie to everybody, and just run, make it to the end and get 100,000. But it's nothing like I expected.
Yeah.
We came into the house, and these are strangers I've never met in my life. People that I never. These are not the type of people I connect with. First of all, these are not my regular friend people. If you look at the members of the Crown, Anika, Bangladesh, I've never talked to anybody from Bangladesh.
Yeah.
Who's from Zimbabwe? I don't talk to Zimbabwe because Jonathan from Newfoundland, brother. When are we gonna, be friends with the Newfie? You know what I'm trying to say?
Right.
And Daniel C, in this world, we're both on like two different sides and everything. We would never connect the way that we connected in the house. So I didn't even expect anything. I didn't expect to get so attached to all these people. I thought I was gonna come in there, lie, manipulate, deceive.
Yeah.
What? You want to bring them home? Yeah, let's do it. What? I got you for life, bestie. But brother, you get into that house, and that house becomes your reality.
Right.
You feel like nothing else outside of the house matters. That's why I'm saying, like, just having my girl and everything just gave me little constant reminders of, yo, you had a life before this, you can have a life after this. So you can easily get lost in the sauce when you're in the show.
Yeah. So going back to connections though, who did you connect with right away, like soon as you met them in the house? Because I gotta tell you, I appreciate it. It gets me emotional when I see you and Jonathan together. I'm like, wow, I really like that connection, man. But let me know.
Oh my God, we're not gonna cry on the show, bro. Listen, so the first person I really connect, I want you to have a guess. Who do you think is the first one I really connected with? Just give me a guess.
I thought it might be Ty.
No. I'm not gonna lie to you. and we'll get into all that good stuff later on because I feel like there's a lot of things I want to get off my chest that I feel like a lot of people don't know.
Okay.
But I connected with Rob first of all because we got to do the first HOH comp together. And right
Yes.
after we connected and we talked about everything and stuff like that. And I'm like, yo, I got you if you got me. So when he got backdoored, I'm not gonna lie, I was hurt, but I couldn't, reveal that like, yo, I was more loyal to him than to Zach and Ty. Because remember, I'm in this game for me too. You know, so right when I heard that he was gonna get backdoored, I had to act like I was like,
Yeah. Yeah.
the first one to connect to it. And believe it or not, me and Jonathan did not like each other in the beginning at all.
Oh, wow.
We fought because remember, my energy to him is disrespectful. And knew like no, he never met anybody like me that just starts I started dancing every time that he's around. So he thought that I was trying to intimidate him, trying to big up him,
Yeah.
So it took almost up until John Michael went home. No, right before Rock got backdoored.
Okay.
Right before my POV. No, that was not my POV win. Before Zach won the POV for the Flip Sonic. Before you remember he took it up.
Yeah.
It took almost 3 days before that POV challenge. Me and Jonathan sat down. We talked and he told me, yo, like, what's going on? Like, I feel like, you don't like me. What did I do? I want to work with you. And I'm like, first of all, brother, I want you to know I love you. And I'm like, what am I doing to kind of like, upset you? And he said, yo, like, you're always around me. You always come to me and you bump your chest on me, or, you come in and just pat me in the back. Like, I don't appreciate it. I'm like, bro, that's love. I'm showing you love. Like, I'm going to tell you that you're my brother. And if I'm opening up to you like that, that's me welcoming. He's like, you need to take it like that. I'm like, you know what? I'm not 28 years old, bro. I'm actually 20. He's like, wait, what?
Yeah.
So the person I told that I was 23, he said, wait, what? You're 23? Bro, what? What? And right after that, after Rob left, I'm not gonna lie, Rob was kind of cock blocking our relationship a little bit. But after he left,
yeah.
It's not that one guy that gets in between you and like a girl they try to talk to.
Yeah.
That was hard for me and Jonathan. So after he left, boom, me and Jonathan became like, so that's kind of what happened with everything.
Okay. So first of all, thanks for sharing this insight because first of all, I watched the show. I'm getting older, so I forget names and I forget what happened. But I used to watch things religiously like every week. Now I'm watching it on the PVR with my daughter because I got to wait for my daughter to come home because she is in Guelph. And then we watched together with her boyfriend and everything. And I got to get to that letter and the blow up and all that stuff. But I'm glad you outlined that for me because I didn't know. I really liked Rob. And I really didn't like how he got screwed, man. He got messed up with that backdoor.
It was supposed to be Zach, Rob, Ty. Zach, Ty, Rob, Jonathan, and me. We were supposed to be, we would have. I kid you not, if we stuck together, we would have, bro. That house would have been ours. Like we would have controlled the whole house. But Zach and Ty kind of saw Rob's potential and they knew that like he had more pull on the whole house than both of them together ever did. So when they decided to take him out, they're like, yo, let's do it. Let's make a move. So yeah,
I know in the game you got to do those things, but it hurts sometimes when you like a player and then they get screwed like that, man. Even like with you, right? With your exit, like these things bother me, you know what I mean? Because
we'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah. Yeah, because I'm pushing for some people. But one thing though, the girls in the show, powerful. My daughter actually bumped into Renee and Claudia downtown, and I'm trying to get Claudia on the show. But she was a beast near the end of the show, you know what I mean? But during the show, I'm like trying to figure out who's the strong ones on the girls' side and the guys' side. But what was your take on the girls in the house, the women in the house?
I'm gonna be honest with you. The guys just took out each other. We saw each other as threats, and we were not worried about the girls at all. We from week 1 to about week 6, no one was thinking about Shania. No one was thinking about Claudia. No one was thinking about Renee. Renee was supposed to be the, just put her up. What I mean?
Yeah.
So, they played. I want to say they played a really good social game, but like, no one was worried about them, man. We were worried about John Michael. We are worried about Santina. We are worried about Rob, and Vanessa was just flipping the whole house upside down. So we had to send her home at some
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
And and then Zach, Ty, me,
Mhm.
there were so many big players in the game that like the girls, the girly pop, like no one thought about them. Like I said, I told Claudia and Shania this every single day. Every time I'm in the house, you guys I don't pick up on my radar. You guys
Yeah.
could be talking in the corner or game planning, and it would mean nothing to me. You know what I mean? So, um, like no one really saw them as like big threats at the beginning. It's like if the guys stuck together,
Mhm.
we would have knocked off every single person one at a time. But we started taking on each other. Believe it or not, the guys were the only first people to get evicted. The first people that got evicted was Santina because all the two girls self-evicted. So
Yeah.
it was crazy, man. It was
Yeah.
great.
I gotta tell you, I like Santina too. I was pushing for her too.
Oh, but I try to save her over and over, but Kuzi by far is the strongest female player on the show, and I kid you not, he was the one that actually playing the game, and she was actually putting her neck out, doing the things she needed to do. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So when it came to that question, Kuzi is definitely one that's trying to play, then
Okay.
Santina, and then after that, everybody else.
Mhm.
But what was I gonna say? But yeah, just girls, yeah, they were not worried about them. The guys were so worried about, each guy's trying to one up each other that we
Mhm.
said, like, let's pick on each other first and
Yeah.
then worry about the girls later. So that's kind of like what went on with that.
Okay. And now, just a timeline here. So you're in the house, you meet the people. You told me about Jonathan and not connecting with him first. You're with Rob. Girls aren't really a threat, you said. But as the weeks go on, you start to build those connections, those real friendships. Because, like you said, like this is your family too in the house for those days that you're in there. So all the
Yo,
emotions kick in and all that stuff.
real,
How
real.
easy it was for you to trust people.
Um, I put all my faith and trust into the crowd, even until the very end. So like for me to say I have trust issues and everything like that, I knew that the system that I had, because I at one point in the show I had a whole army. It's just like I fumbled the bag and I was so cocky. I got
Mhm.
so like I'm like I could put myself up and I could pull myself up. Like I'm him. You know what I mean? I got so cocky. I'm like, yo, even if I don't win,
Mhm.
I'm good. But I never saw a reality or an alternate, possibility where Jonathan would go up.
Mhm.
That never occurred to me. So my trust was fully in the crowd and no one no one took my trust and just root because I knew that like these are the only people I trust. And whenever a crowd member went out, it was next to another crowd member. Never was it, oh, a crowd member backdoored. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So if you look at it, me and Jonathan were the first two crowd members up.
Okay.
Jonathan, and then it was me and Kuzi. Then I went home. You know what I'm
Mhm.
trying to say?
Yeah.
So trust for me was very easy now because it was in the right people.
Mhm.
So that's my yeah.
Yeah. So now, um, you did you put yourself up. I remember it's hard for me to remember again. It was months
So
ago, but I remember the first time you volunteered to go on the block, right? So again,
yeah.
was that the strategy? Was that strategy because you said you were so cocky at the time, or what do you think that was, man? Were you safe? You believed you were safe?
So for me, in the house, remember what people see is what they're gonna go off of. And I knew that like every time I had my shirt off or if I was just working out, people look at me and be like, yo, he's gotta go. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
could tell even in the first week, I knew that like I wouldn't last past week 4
Mhm.
if I kept up this whole like, this big dominant guy that's just working out, so always coming close in comms. I
Mhm.
knew I wouldn't last long. So I'm like, you know what? I need to change the narrative of what people think of me.
Mhm.
Instead of telling people that like, I'm just here, big brother, let me tell people like, yo, I don't want to be here, bro. Like I'm just here for the shits and giggles. So that was the first phase of the plan. Tell people that yo, I don't want to be here, I want to go home. I'm bored. Like I want some drama. And then I'll ride that wave all the way to the end. And then if I get to top 5, top 2, I'll be like, yo, let's just get to top three, but not just self-evict, like just that was my game plan. And I'll just I just put myself on the block and you guys can send me home. And believe it or not, people actually believe that I wanted to go home. Bro, what? I told Dan that put me up. Yo, put me up, bro. Put me up, man. I want to go home. Put me up. And he's like, what? You okay, bro? Like, bro, you gullible. What are you doing? You know what I'm trying to say? So, and then with Kuzi, when Vanessa self-evicted and like she needed a replacement, I went into the room trying to tell her, yo, put me up. But then she's like, this is the move. I'm like, yo, let's do it. Yeah. Let's do it.
Yeah.
So I need people to truly believe that like I didn't want to be there. And to take it to another step, put myself in a place where nobody would dare put themselves. Not once, not twice, but 3 times on Ty's HOH too. Yeah. Just to show people like, yo, like this guy really doesn't care about the show. So he doesn't want to win. So let's not worry about him. I'm kind of putting myself in that same mind frame as the girls where people are like, he's not really a threat. You know what I mean? He's not trying to win the show. So let me take him as far as I can. And when I'm ready for him to leave, he'll leave. And believe it or not, it worked.
Yeah.
Because people like me, if I didn't have a good social game, I'm meant to leave the first couple of weeks. I'm not gonna lie to you. You know what I mean? Right after Rob, I would have been following next if I didn't do the things that I did, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. Cool, man. How would you describe your relationship with Ty, man? Because I seen what I seen on TV, but there's a lot of editing and things like that. But how would you describe it?
Believe it or not, if you asked me this question, if we had done this podcast 2 weeks ago, I would have probably been like, skip the question. I'd have been like, yo, I don't want to answer because I had a very strong opinion on Ty. But with time you heal.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you. The first couple of weeks, you're right, you called it. Ty was one of the people that I was very close with, and I'm glad you mentioned that. I looked up to him as like a brother. I'm not gonna lie to you, because he was 23. He reminded me of my uncle. Being in the military and everything, just the way he took care of himself. This guy literally folds napkins before he eats, says a whole prayer, and brings the whole jug of water, and then takes off his shirt. That's how my uncle moves over too. I'm like, bro, this guy's a guy for real. Trying to be like him. And so I looked up to him a lot. And the reason why I wanted to take out Zach is because, just like I said, I felt like Zach was in the way of me and Ty connecting. So I wanted to like, let me get rid of Zach so then me and Ty can truly take this all the way. Because, me and him were like the only two like Black people in the show. We're from Toronto. So how much more would it mean to not just us, but to the city if both of us made it all the way? So I'm like, you know what? Plan of action, get rid of Zach when I get the opportunity. So when Kuzi presented the opportunity, do it. I'm gonna win the movie. I'm gonna take myself off and I'm gonna send Zach home. But they took it as me trying to like manipulate them and disrespect them. So it was bigger than that. And because of that, I probably lost Ty's trust, and I lost his trust too. And we just could not work together moving forward. But Ty, he's definitely a brother. I'll tell you that. He's a brother. But the situation and the outcome was just bad timing. Just bad place, bad time. Just not right time. Was it right time, bad time? But what was it? What's the saying? Wrong place, wrong something like that. Some shit like that.
Right place, wrong time, maybe.
Something like that.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Yeah, thanks for sharing that and giving that insight too, man. Because we saw one thing on TV, and I could feel the tension too. But
it was bad.
Yeah, but I was actually rooting for Ty after everyone was gone. I always root for the player that everyone wants out. And it didn't matter if I didn't like them in the beginning, but when people are ganging up and I'm like, yo, I want this person to take it now. But anyway, thanks for sharing that. Now we don't have to touch on it a long time, but the letter now. I kind of laughed. We were laughing at the house when Zach said, you got an advantage, and we're like, advantage. So in my head, I was like, this guy.
My girl put a letter in a sock because she knew that I'll miss her like crazy. She knows that I love reassurance. She knows how much I love her and how much I need her. And she knew the timeline. And I told her, I'm going to be okay, baby. 80 days, I'm going to be okay.
Yeah.
But, so what happened was that there was the show cleared Nike, writing to when we got to I was like, you know what? Hope you're allowed to wear Nike so you can get your Nike stuff in. So then they got my girl to come drop off my last. I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about this or not, but she had to drop off the last batch of my clothes, and so she stuck a letter in a sock. And it was, I think it was when John Michael was about to leave. I was, doing my laundry, and I was putting some of the socks back, and I grabbed the sock, and I'm like, whoa, something in here. So there's a lot of cameras around and everything like that. So I put the sock under my pillow. So when it's bedtime, I'd read it.
Okay.
So when I grabbed when it was around bedtime and everything, I grabbed the sock, I took the letter out, and I saw a heart. Like right where you, because like she folded it so many times, I saw a heart, and instantly, brother, I started crying. This was around day 6, and I was going crazy. I completely forgot that I had a life before the show. Wow. I completely forgot that I have a whole family waiting for me. And when I saw that heart, I just got flashbacks of all the amazing and wonderful things that's waiting for me at the end of the show. So at this point, I can do whatever the hell I want. And I know that no matter what happens, the people that I love are gonna support me. So I opened the letter, and the first letter, and the first thing I said was, "Dear Hope." I'm literally, I remember this because this everything's like, yo, I love you so much. Your whole family's watching, and we supporting you 100%. Remember, be you. I love you so much,
bro.
That's all. That's all the letter said.
Right.
That was, and I'm not gonna lie to you. That night, I cried. I cried, and I went straight to bed. Woke up the next day, and I felt good. So for them to say like the letter gave me an advantage, I understand why they'd say that, but there was nothing in the letter that gave me any like an upper hand, if that makes sense.
I get it, yeah.
But I understand though, their backs were against the wall. They didn't want to go home. They were fighting for their right to stay, and I get that. I showed them the letter because at the time they were the closest people to me. With Ty, I showed him the letter because I wanted that to be an olive branch, like, yo,
yeah,
like, bro, like, I love you for real, like, And with Zach, I showed him the letter because we were arguing about whose girlfriend was better. His girlfriend. Hell no, my girlfriend's better. He's like, nah, my girlfriend's accomplished all these amazing things and everything like that. And I'm like, bro, my girlfriend's so amazing. She's not gonna let her in a place where no less allowed to be in, And I showed him that to kind of one up him and to also show him that, like, at the time I trusted him too. But I knew at some point I was gonna have to get rid of him. So, but when the opportunity presented itself, I didn't even think twice, like, oh, he'd use a letter against me, because I didn't think that was even like a.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but it is what.
It is what it is. Yeah, I think it turned out the way it's supposed to turn out. That was good. That was good. And Zach self-evicted. And I gotta say, I'm glad Ty didn't do that though, man, because he shouldn't have followed along with Zach.
Believe it or not, if he self-evicted, I think I probably won the whole show.
Like I'm telling you,
I'm not gonna be cocky, but
yeah,
I think I would have won the whole thing.
Man. Oh, so I gotta ask you something after when we talk about post BB. But I think this is a good time to ask you. So my friend Nadine in Niagara Falls, like I tell you, we have a lot of people that like you on my side, right? And Nadine's daughter wanted to ask you something.
What's up?
So she said, your positivity is a big part of why she loved you so much, and that smile. And now, did you feel there were any effects of being in the house on your mental health or attitude? You have such a positive attitude, but did you feel that being there had a big impact on your positivity, or was it more of a motivator? So that natural instinct you have to be a positive person, how did that make you feel? Get down, or is it more motivator?
I didn't believe in mental health and any of that stuff until I went into that house. I think this is probably, I haven't been on any of the reality shows, but this is one of those reality shows that everything that they say is real. We don't have any TV, we don't have any escape, we don't have nothing. All we have is each other. And for me, like, with that whole positivity and everything, believe it or not, it's draining. It's very, to always be out here going, yeah. That shit is draining. And the first day, you know, I had so much energy going on that like I thought I could keep it up every day.
Mm.
Day two, I crashed. You know, I was dead. My social energy battery was dead, and I didn't think it was popping. Bro, what's going on? Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm trying to say? And like, it was it was very discouraging because I'm like, yo, like this is not who I am, and like, what's going on? Like, am I even a real? It's not who I really am. So I got a chance to really kind of learn a lot about myself, you know, in terms of like, you know, what drives me, what makes me tick, what makes me mad, what makes me me, you know. And I learned that I'm who I am because of the people I'm around, because of my family. So the whole experience was more of like a this is the stuff that you don't want to show people. You know, I'm a very emotional guy. I wear my heart on my sleeve, and
Yeah.
I cry. You know, and like the show just kind of dissected and showed me revealed to me who I really am. You know
Yeah.
what my purpose is, and more than ever now, I know that my purpose is to motivate and to inspire people around the world to be more than they are. So the positivity thing and everything like that,
Mhm.
that is me. That is 100% me.
Yeah.
I
Oh
don't
man.
think that shit just comes out naturally.
Mm. Yo, Hope, man. Yo. Oh man,
Thank
yeah.
you. Thank
Yo,
you.
yo, I love this guy, man.
Oh, stop
Telling you,
it. Keep
man. Telling you.
going.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Oh man. Okay. Yeah, I guess it's a lot of self-reflecting and you get to learn about yourself in that situation. As hard as it may be inside, because you're cut off from everything, when you get out, I guess some people have to go through decompression, whatever you call it, man. And then at the end, it's gonna be a brighter light. It's the way you use it, this opportunity. Okay, I have a question about competitions because in the show you were saying how you want to win one and everything. You know which one I was rooting for? You were holding on with Ty, man. And I was like, he's got this, man. He's got this. What
Listen,
happened? How long was it? Do you remember how long was it? Mm-hmm.
well, you know, you go to bed and you have a nightmare, right? And
Yeah.
you go, you know, to this day, I'm still having nightmares over that. Bro, so I think it was like 3 nights ago. I was asleep, and that was my dream, holding on. And right when I dropped, Ty comes for me and says, "Ball game," and I went, and my girl's like, "What's wrong?" I'm like, he said, "Ball game," and like, and that was not the first. I was like, that was not the last sequence I've had it before. Like even after the top, the very night after the top. I hung out for 5 hours, brother, and then an extra 20 minutes with the one hand within me,
Yeah.
brother. Was when I finished, the bruises on my arms, everything I was done. Remember, Ty is 5'7", 5'8" ish, and he
Mhm.
weighs like 80 pounds. I'm 6'3" and I'm 215. So like I already knew that the odds were not in my favor.
Yeah.
But really, I was struggling after just 20 minutes of hold on with two hands. So just to keep myself going, I had to distract everybody else and put on this poker face. You know, I
Yeah.
was just thinking, I was doing Magic Mike at one point. I don't know if they showed all that in the show or not, but
No, they didn't.
I was just doing like, I was just doing the most just to like, um, keep people guessing like, yo, this guy's killing, but brother, I was struggling. So we hung out for 2 hours. Not 2 hours, 5 hours with
Mm.
two hands. We can switch back and forth. And for me, my strategy was to use every joint in my body. I would go 1 minute with my wrist,
Mhm.
1 minute with my forearms, and I kept on rotating through that. All I had to do, and all I was doing is keep count every second. And in my head, I was just singing, "I like to cha cha, yeah, I like to cha cha." And I was just so I
Yeah.
like to yeah, then switch. I like to check, and I kept on doing that over and then, bro. The challenge guys on Big Brother comes on and tell us, yo, you guys have been hanging out for 5 hours.
Mhm.
So it's time to switch to one arm. And by the time it was me, Claudia, and Ty.
Right.
I'm looking at Claudia Brody, she's chilling.
Yeah.
I want playing with she was just going like this. And I'm in the thing going like yo, my forearms is dead. Because I know
Yeah.
she's like 100 pounds, 110, something like
Mhm.
that.
Yeah.
And she's like, 4'11", 5 feet. So I know she's chilling. I look at Ty, ball game.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, hey yo, what the? I'm not gonna win this. And so when
Mhm.
you switch one arm, I was like, yo, Lord, please, like, just numb this. I know after this, I'm gonna get to rest. You know, I was like, yo, I'm like, there's plenty of time to sleep when
Mhm.
I'm done. So hang on, hang on, hang on, hang on. I'm like, yo, what the hell? Get hurt. I'm like, no, forget about it. Just hang on, hope it's okay if it hurts. Yo,
Mhm.
it's not like arms are getting cut off. Wait, it took get cut off. Wait, I can't feel my arm. What's going on? Wait. And I'm like, wait, you're good. Hope, stop. You're tripping. And all I hear is Claudia fell. I'm like, okay, all right, one to go. Just beat Ty. I look at Ty, ball game, ball game. My God. What is going on? This is gonna get tired. What is happening here? I
Yeah.
look back, ball game. And I'm like, all right, it's okay. You know what? He already told me before the comp that like he's not gonna put me up. You know, he wants. I don't know if you saw, but like we had a conversation before the comp, and he said like, you know, I want us to work together. And I
Mhm.
was like, no, he's not gonna put me up. I'm chilling. And bro, if anything, I'll put myself up. I'm chilling,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna let go. I'm like, wait, what the are you doing, brother?
Yeah.
Hold on. So I pulled myself back up, and my dumbass, because I did that, all the nerves got spiked again,
Yeah.
and it hurt even more. And then at this time, I wasn't even looking at time. I didn't even look at him because remember, my pole was facing the other way, so he
Right.
could see me, but I couldn't see him. So I'm
Okay.
like, put up a good fight. 5 hours. Hopefully, a lot of kids get inspired that, like, you know, I
Mhm.
fought people in my fight, you know, and I'm just, and out of nowhere, my body, it just flipped out. And
Yeah.
I hit the pole and I hit the floor and I started crying.
Man.
And everybody came up to me and told me, yo, Ty was about to let go.
Wow.
Like,
Jeez.
and Ty came up to me afterwards in the washroom. Again, I haven't watched the show just for because I love myself too much
Mhm.
and it brings me PTSD. But Ty comes up into the washroom with me. He's like, yo, I know we haven't seen eye to eye in the past, everything like that, but like, yo, I want us to start working together now. Like I don't have anybody in this game, so I want to have your back if you have my back.
Mhm.
And in my head, I'm like, fuck no,
Yeah.
hell no.
Yeah.
You try to get me out of here with the letter stuff. You know, I'm gonna let you believe that we're good, but as soon as I get the opportunity,
Mhm.
I'm gonna send you home. So I'm like, all right, bro. My God, my bad, bro.
Yeah.
And man, I'm like, yes. And you know, I was but that night I went to bed. I woke up because I fell. And guess what Ty said?
What say?
Ball game. And I woke up like,
I think I know what you're talking about. In the washroom, I think they showed that on TV, how he wanted to work with you, and you're like, yeah, yeah. But then it showed you in the diary room, and I was like, he's like, hell
I'm
no.
like, fuck no.
Okay, now I just want to know because you work out. When did you start working out? Because I want to know. So previous guests told me when I interviewed them on the podcast, you can't really prepare for the competitions because they have some weird competitions, right? But I still think you can kind of physically
No,
get ready.
absolutely not, brother. These comps are not, they have nothing to do with physical or
Okay.
all you have to do, believe it or not, is just believe that you're the guy, you're him. That's it.
Yeah.
At least some type of like and be able to run 5K, I'd
Mhm.
say at the most. And
Yeah.
that's it. You don't need to be the most physical dude or the strongest dude. No. The only reason why Ty won everything is because he was a competitor. Being
Right.
competitive, have a need to want to win, and that's it. That's all you need. So people ask me, how do I prepare for if I ever get on the show? Bro, you don't need to prepare. All you have to do is
Mhm.
just be competitive. Have a reason and a why to want to win. That's it. That's
Yeah.
all you need. My dumbass put on 15 pounds of muscle like a jackass.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So when I'm running, I feel heavy. Whenever I'm doing anything that's cardiovascular related,
Yeah.
I can last a while.
Mhm.
But like it's gonna be a mental struggle for me. You know,
Yeah.
so yeah.
Okay. Okay. Now, when you work out in your real life, did food affect you? Now let's talk about food for a minute, man. Where did you eat enough your protein and get that stuff in so you
In the
could
house.
yeah.
So in the house, I lost. 17 pounds while I was in the house.
Ooh.
So right now I'm, withered away, and I'm immortal now. I'm a mere before I was 215, 216, and I was shredded. I was like, I worked very hard for it, but now I'm like all the pain and blood, all that work I put in is like all gone now.
Okay.
So I lost everything, but we'll get it back.
Nice. Because you're consistent and you work out. Did you have to go on slop though?
Never.
Never.
No.
Because they don't show that. I'm a big fan of America and Canada, and they used to show slop scenes all the time. They don't really do that anymore though.
Nah, this year they didn't even focus on slap at all.
Yeah. Okay. Cameras now. Did you get used to the cameras? Because I remember when I interviewed Tara from season 10, she's like, she got season 9. She got so used to it where she said she bumped into one because
I bumped them all the time.
Oh yeah.
What? I was going for a walk with Renee, and my head just hit the camera. The camera always sees the camera.
Yeah.
After a while, you don't even notice them. I'm not gonna lie, because like I said, the house becomes your reality,
Right.
and you forget that you're even doing a show. You forget.
But you're still conscious though of things you don't want to share, right?
Give you an example.
Mm-hmm.
This is where who you really are starts to show. During my fight with Zach and Ty, when Ty called me a clown, the famous clown, I didn't even know that trended on Six Buzzing on. I don't even know, but anyways, it got so heated that it took a camera moving for me to remember that like everybody's watching me. Wow. As we are, we're always so quick to just stand on the ground and just prove that like you can't talk to me that way, or you can't, and like it took a camera moving, because you can hear it, and it hit me to like, yo, Hope, what are you doing, bro? This is not who you are.
Yeah.
Like, bro, your family's watching you. Your girl's family's watching you. Your parents and your friends and family and all the kids that look up to you and you motivate and preach to them.
Yeah.
They're watching you. So Hope, what are you doing? So I'm like, all right, I got a board. So guess what I started doing? I started folding. I started folding. I started folding my sock. So it took the cameras, like I said, you're conscious, you're aware of it. But you're so quick to, you can sometimes you can forget about it. You can go into like, this state that you can just, of who you really are. You know what I mean? For the first week or something, everybody's put on a fake persona. But then week 3, week 4, that's when people started to show the nasty, the real them. You know what I mean? So, but with me, I knew what my mission was, and it was, like I said, to inspire and to motivate. When I was on the ground, when I was speaking my native tongue at one point, when I wanted to just motivate and inspire. That was my purpose the whole show. To have a cause, stand for a cause, and sacrifice yourself for the cause. And that's what me and did.
Beautiful. Thanks for sharing that. The last real question I want to ask you about sleep, man. So Kevin, when I interviewed Kevin, the winner of BB10, he cracked me up. I put that on the teaser for my podcast. You should check it out one time. But he said at home, he needs his 8 hours, whatever, sleep. You know what I mean? But it's like when you're in the house, if you're sleeping, you might be missing out on some scheming and alliances and stuff. So how was that for you?
Brother, I didn't give a damn. I kid you not, bro. I was not worried about nobody because I played the game I don't want to say so well, but like my social game was so on point that I wasn't worried about nobody. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
Nobody, even on the week that I left, I was not even a target. Nobody wanted to target Hope. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted to get at the big black guy. I don't know why. While I was sleeping, I wasn't worried. And plus, I had the crown people in my room. So whoever the hell was scheming the other way, go ahead. I got the numbers to say regardless. I don't care.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? So that's kind of what was going on.
So you slept fine then, you're saying. You didn't have no trouble sleeping.
We couldn't take naps during the day, so I took sleep very seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Now, did you know who was gonna win? Like when you saw Ty and Claudia in the finals, in your head, did you know before the votes and forget about the conversations, did you know have an inkling of who was gonna win the game?
The moment that Kuzi came to jury, I knew Ty was gonna win.
Mm.
I knew Ty was gonna win because I'm like he's literally like I said, all you have to do is be competitive, and show people how determined you are in your drive. And if you didn't win an HOH, you had to win a POV, and if you didn't win a POV, you had to win an HOH.
Right.
And that's what he did. So for me, it wasn't very impressive to me that he was winning back-to-back comps and stuff because there was no other competitive person there.
Mm-hmm.
Daniel C is not that competitive. And Nika, not that competitive. I'm not trying to like diss them or anything like that, but when you take out all these big competitive players, all you have are people that are just there for the social game to play. You know what I mean? So Ty could easily pull himself out of any situation. And again, like I said, if you didn't win HOH,
Mm-hmm.
second chance to win POV. And usually the HOH was something, knowledge based or puzzle based,
Mm-hmm.
the POV would be something physical. And if it came to anything physical, Ty was winning it. I don't know if you saw the last POV before I left, the one that Ty beat me on. Um, the ball.
Yeah, I remember that
So
one.
it was me and Ty were competing, and everybody else was just at a play, like a fairground.
Right.
Everybody else like a trial and error. Like me and him were making like while everybody else was still on their first. Like, I
Yeah.
don't think we should even landed the ball. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So for me, like it wasn't crazy to me. So he needs to be competitive. That's it. Have a
Right.
competitive, have a reason, be determined. Just have this resiliency to just want to win. That's it.
Yeah.
Just keep pushing. That's it. But a lot of people didn't have that on the show, and all the people that had that got taken care of already. So
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. All right. Now, life after Big Brother, though. So, first of all, you met Arissa going in the house. Then you spent all those days in the house. You sat on the stage with her. How's that feeling sitting on the stage, knowing you're out of that environment, and then getting back to, well, just
yeah.
skip past the jury house, getting back to your real life? Like, how's that transition?
Big Brother Canada is a once in a lifetime opportunity. I love myself so much I'd never do that to myself ever again. So when the game ended for me, I was happy. I always had these big boulders on my shoulder, and the moment that I got evicted, it just dropped. Like everything just,
Wow.
and when you're in the house, I don't think people understand, but like it is the most stressful, it's the most hardest thing I've ever done in my life, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
You're sitting down, right? Just imagine this. You're sitting down right now. And the two people that hate you the most are sitting down with five other people. What do you think they're talking about? Not about the CP24 news, not about the weather, because we
Mm-hmm.
can't see the weather. Like, so when you're sitting there, the only thing that you can, assume or think about is like, yo, these men are talking about me. Like, they're definitely scheming. You're changing these people's narrative on me.
Right.
So how to change that? But like, if I go talk to them now, yeah, they're gonna say, yeah, we got you. But like, do they got me? Like, you know what I'm trying to say? So it's so stressful because like, and if someone guarantees you something, yeah, I got my vote.
Mm-hmm.
And then the person against pulls them into another room with three other motherfuckers, and then you're like, wait,
Yeah, yeah.
like you can't even eat in peace because now when you just sit down eating with someone, people think you're scheming with them.
Mm-hmm.
Brother, I'm just trying to eat breakfast and they happen to have the bread. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
or they happen to be in that same time. People are like, oh yeah, they're scheming now. And they designed the manner in a way where when people talk,
Mm-hmm.
echoes.
Okay.
I guess what you hear, brother, oh my God.
Wow.
So when I got evicted, all that stopped.
Mm.
All
Wow.
that, all that anxious, the nervousness, I had because in the house you don't have a lot to look forward to. But when I left, I'm looking forward to like, what does the stage look like? What does outside look like? Am I gonna get Tim Hortons on the way to jury house? Like what's what's
Yeah.
going on here? You know what I'm trying to say? So it was my gosh, it was crazy. But when it all ended, brother, I felt amazing. I
Mm.
felt wow. I did that. I'm never gonna do that again. Yeah, so but
That's
like Big Brother decompressing, I owe all to my girlfriend.
mhm,
I didn't do the rap party in Niagara because I felt like in the house, the only thing that mattered to me was my family and my
mhm.
girl. So when I left, as soon as I left, brother, I packed myself and I cut. I picked up my girl. Sorry, my
Mhm.
girl came to pick me up, and I went straight to my family and spent the whole weekend with my family.
Yeah.
Everybody else partying and everything, but to me, like that was most important to me. And being around her and her reminding me that like, yo, you have my trust 100%. Like I got your back. Like you're okay. You can cry. You can do whatever. And I kid you not, brother. Everything it brings me back into the game. I'll see a couple of ropes. I'm like, they're
Oh
calm.
my,
They're calm. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I'll see, what was the other thing? Just sitting there at a round table with people, and I'm like, yo, like, remember to pick your poison. Like, it just brings back so much memories. So,
Yeah.
yeah, a lot of them, but I owe it all to my girlfriend and to my family for like helping me get back to reality.
Mhm. This kind of painted the picture from me asking you the questions about family, love, friends, and then you talking about your life. It all makes sense what you just said there when you came out, man. So
Yeah,
yeah. Okay, so now I want to know, before the podcast ends, I want to know about your personal life now. So you mentioned it in the beginning,
yeah.
Project Hope Foundation. Let me know, Hope Fitness, you started it young. What's
Yeah.
going right now after Big Brother? Because you must have inspired so many people. And tell me a
Oh,
little bit about Project Hope Foundation.
my camps are sold out for September. I already did like a little bit of like a little teaser camp just for fun for free. And I had
Mhm.
like over like 70 kids coming through. All these parents came to take pictures. All the kids came to come say hi to me and how much they loved watching me and dance. Um, so many parents want their kids to just be they want me to be a role model for their kids because like yo, this is someone that I want my kids to look up to. Coming from Ghana, not having a lot, not being able to speak English,
Yeah.
and so I'm just and then just being a role model, like that's what I was wanted to be, just to be like a beacon of hope that you can be more than you are, and like with all these kids having such an advantage at such a young age. If I came here at a young age, I didn't have all these advantages. You guys should be better, if
Right.
not more, so
Mhm.
that's kind of what I'm striving for right now. Just, being the best I can be, like I said, so I can unconsciously give them permission to do the same. So with Hope Fitness, I teach about kids basketball, but what I teach is confidence.
Mhm.
When kids have confidence, they put that same confidence in other aspects in your life. If you do something and you get better at it, that's confidence you can use. So when you want to go talk to a girl, hey, I'm him. You know what I'm trying to say? I accomplished this. So this is something I can show that, like, yo, if I was able to do that, I can do this. Or if I want to go apply for a job, if I want to make a difference, if I want to start something like a social club, I can take the confidence that I gave from basketball and apply it to other avenues. So what I teach is not basketball, I teach confidence. You know what I mean? So that's what I do with Hope Fitness. And then with Project Hope, I built basketball courts in Africa so that the kids can use that same type of structure, building confidence in kids. They play basketball. They have a purpose, a sense of need to want to get better at something. So that when they get better at it, they take that confidence and apply it to other aspects in their life. So Project Hope is just building confidence in kids, and that's all we strive to do. Well, I keep saying we, but that's all I strive
Yeah.
to do. So far, I built 8 basketball courts, and with Big Brother, the platform I've gained, I got 2 more basketball courts I'm gonna build this in the summer, and my plan is to shoot a documentary so I can shed more light on because I don't think a lot of people know that about me. So that's what's going on. And on top of that, I'm a host. I do a lot of Red Bull events, so they give me the mic and I get to wild out. I get to rock out.
Yeah.
I do a lot of basketball games, so I get to introduce the players. I get to be the MC, just bring the energy, be
Mhm.
me.
Yeah.
Anybody out there like me,
Yeah.
and that's it. And I do a lot of modeling and acting. So I've been doing a lot of like script reading, a lot of monologues. And now I'm trying to get back in shape so I can get back on my modeling shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Wait, I'm glad you brought that up though, because I swear I seen you in a Raptors jersey, man.
saying?
So,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yo, tell the people what happened there. What's that about?
So it's Points Bet Canada, and they were looking for a nice big bicep, guy. So they're like, hey, Hope, what's up? Come post a picture. What's up? I'm like, hey, you guys gotta take me out for dinner first. What's up? I didn't even know that was gonna be on the billboard. Not gonna lie to you, I thought we were gonna come through for a couple Instagram ads here and there, and then it was so good that they're like, "Yo, we're gonna use this for the billboard." They called me, and I told my mom and dad, were like, "Wow, never once did we imagine that we'll move here from Africa, be on Big Brother Canada, be on the billboard, be on CP20, like all these other news stations. Like we never envisioned. I never envisioned any of this for myself. So when I do this type of stuff, I want to shed light on it so that other kids can see, like, yo, I'm a nobody. I'm not special. I don't have any special powers. So if I got to do this,
Mhm.
oh, you can definitely do it too.
No, but you do have special power. I'm telling you,
Hell
that inner
nah.
power, man. I'm telling you,
Hell
that
nah.
aura,
That's
you could
not
feel
Wakanda.
it.
That's not
Mm.
Wakanda. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, we come to the point in the interview now. I have two questions. You're
Talk to
gonna
me.
answer one of them. What do you
Talk to me.
want? Blue Jays or Raptors?
Raptors, come on, man.
I knew it. I knew it.
Like I don't think I've ever watched the Blue. Okay, I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm gonna stop right there. I'm gonna stop right there.
Okay, what is one of the most memorable moments of your life?
In my life or in the rap? What do you mean?
In your life?
I think I think it was the day that I got on a plane to come to Canada because for the longest time I thought everything that I'm experiencing right now is a myth. I only got to see them in movies. I got to see Tom Cruise live it, you know. So I thought, you know, snow was a myth. I thought, you know, skyscrapers, towers. So the most memorable moment in my life was when my parents, you know, when my dad made enough money to bring our whole family and we jumped on a plane. And I remember entering Canada, seeing the CN Tower and seeing all the buildings. That was just imagine you're stuck in a cave for 10 years of your life.
Mhm.
And for the first time in your life, you get pulled out of that cave and you get to see reality for what it really is. So that was probably the most, you know, having a cheeseburger, fries. Shout out to Burger King. That was the first meal I had in Canada.
Oh wow. Yes.
Swiss chalet for dinner. But just driving and just breathing the air because the air is different.
Mhm.
Very different. And just how easy things are here. Like literally, you can really become whoever you want to be here if you put in the work.
Mhm.
In Ghana, you have to be either be born into it or you have to know a shit ton of people.
Mhm.
You know, that was the most memorable moment in my life coming to Canada and yeah, starting this whole new journey.
Thanks for sharing that, man. Opportunities. Wow. Okay. You know, some of the stuff you're saying before I get to the balloon pop for my donation, I think this is a good time for me to ask you to share something because I think I started it in season 3 of my podcast where I started asking people to give someone advice who's on like the end of their rope and stuff. So I think you're a good person to ask this question, man. So do you have any inspirational words for anyone who's about to give up on their dream?
Oh, that's a tough one to be honest with you because well, it's not a tough one because like everybody comes to that conclusion, you know, with a different story, you know, whatever you've been through, especially the people that are around you, you know. But again, if I say anything, people don't know me, or but if they can connect to me and really see the way I am, like I'm a nobody. You know, I came into Canada and all I did was just be the best I could be. You know, every day in every little way, I became the best. I just became the best I could be, and every time I had a goal or anything like that, I pushed for it. I gave it my absolute best, and to be honest with you, and if it didn't work out, somehow I gained something from it. I learned a lesson from it. So the only thing I can say is every day in every little way, just get better. And
Mhm.
when I first started Hope Fitness, I believe it or not, nobody came to my camps. So guess what I did? A free camp. I didn't make money off it for about almost 2 years until I turned 19 years old when I first hosted my actual camp. And I did so much free camps until then. First actual camp. Like, think about it. I did so much free shit. And when I finally turned 19, I hosted my camp and I charged each person $100. I had over 40 kids come through. My parents were so proud of me. And like, because for the longest time, they didn't believe in the dream, but it took me 16, 17, 18, 19 to make my first dollar off of fitness.
Mm-hmm.
Now my camps are sold out at 23, and I'm able to, because of the way that things are structured, I'm able to explore life. I'm able to, look at different avenues, different opportunities and stuff because of how much time it's freed up for me because I put so much time into it.
Mm-hmm.
So if you are doing anything and you're not seeing a lot from it, that's how it's supposed to be. You're not supposed to understand what you have until you lose it. Like you're not supposed to until you don't have it and you haven't gained it yet, you're not supposed to understand it. And in the beginning, I didn't really know what I was building. And now I finally know what I'm building. And that is literally to inspire and to motivate people that whatever you try to do, brother, it can't happen. Because this world is it's just a dream, a manifestation of what you believe in. And if you don't like your dream, guess what you can do, brother? You can change it.
Change it, yes.
Even about ball game. Guess what I mean? That's it. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't like your dream,
Yeah.
change your dream.
Mm.
And for anybody that's gonna be listening, just follow the 4 agreements, to be honest with you. Be impeccable with your word, just say good things to yourself, good affirmations, because we as humans, our words are the most powerful things we have. And believe it or not, they're actually magic. When you say you're gonna do something or you make fun of someone or anything, that shit is magic. You're casting black magic on someone. So cast white magic, which is the good magic. You're wonderful, you're amazing. You did this, so you can do that, or I did this, so I can do that. You know what I mean? And two, don't take this personally. Everybody in this world is trying to do what's best for them. So if someone doesn't do something for you or doesn't, hit you up or anything, it's not because they don't like you, it's because they're worried about themselves too. So don't take this personally. And three, don't make any assumptions. Don't think, because our brain is so easily, we can think about the worst thing. Being in a big brother house, I kid you not, brother, I thought everybody's out to gun for me. Like, I'm like, listen, but bad assumption I made. I thought Ty was trying to gun for me. I thought he was lying to me, but he wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So one, be impeccable with your word. Two, don't take things personally. Three, don't make assumptions. Come to a conclusion on your own. And four, no matter what you do your best. You those 4 things together, and brother, you're gonna be free and you're gonna be able to do whatever the hell you want to do. And if you do your best and people make fun of you, guess what? You can tell them, yo, I did my best. I didn't hold back. That's why with the buoy challenge, I did my absolute best. So that's why I'm not worried about what anybody says or anything, because I gave that shit my absolute best. So that's about it. Don't be impeccable with your word. Don't take things personally. Don't make assumptions. And no matter what happens, do your best. And that's the advice I'm offering. And that's it.
Thanks for sharing that. Oh man, this is a sweet podcast. Now we come to the point of the interview. I have 3 blues in my hand. So I donate to a charity after every episode. And the 3 charities for season 7 are Claws, Kawartha Lakes Animal Wellness Society, the fundraiser Warriors for little boys in Milton, actually. Who, they raise a lot of money for different charities, especially Sick Kids Hospital and Make-A-Wish Foundation. So you tell me which one to pop, the right, the middle, or the left.
Wait, so you told me all 3 of them, right?
Well, no, you're going to find out which one it is. You're not going to know, right? So you just select a balloon and then I'll find out which one I'm donating to.
Oh my gosh, okay. We can't put projects? I'm joking. All right, let's put I'm gonna go with the single one. Yep.
All right. Season 7, episode 4. Star Scorpio will be donating to. Oh my gosh. Again, I don't know if you're going to see it, but the Fundraiser Warriors. It kind of makes sense. You're in Milton, Fundraiser Warriors in Milton.
Shout out to Milton.
Yes, so I'll be donating to them, and then also I want to donate to Project Hope, right?
Woo!
So you just tell me, do I just get it through a link through Instagram? I'll find it there.
Right now I'm in the process of turning it to an actual charity. So I'm with lawyers and everything. That we're gonna turn it to an actual charity where
Okay.
companies can donate. Because I know I learned that again, this has nothing to do with podcast, but like I learned that like when people donate, they don't get the receipt back.
The receipt tax, yeah.
So the lawyers and everything, like this is a really big company. They want to donate money to Project Hope, but it was not, incorporated or like it wasn't registered as a charity. So
right.
turn into a charity so that we can really take this to a whole nother level.
All right. So you let me know when that happens because I'm gonna be in touch with you through your journey, man, throughout this whole thing, man.
Yes,
So
sir.
before we go, let the people know where they can find you.
Hey, you guys can find me on Instagram at Hope Fitness with an extra S because someone took the actual Hope Fitness. But anyways, so Hope Fitness with an extra S. On Twitter, it's Hope Fitness Next. On TikTok, it's Hope Fitness. Hope. On YouTube, Hope Fitness. And that's about it.
Facebook.
Hope Fitness.
Perfect. All right. Hope, I really appreciate you doing this. I mean it from the bottom of my heart, man. Thanks for coming out. This is Real Talk with Star Scorpio, and we out.